When a man faces severe financial ruin, a collapsed business, a sudden layoff, or crushing debt, the immediate aftermath is intensely isolating. He sits in the dark, entirely still, calculating a future that suddenly seems impossible to survive. His reaction rarely mirrors standard economic anxiety. He is not merely concerned with the logistics of a budget. He is mourning the loss of his status, his safety, and his perceived masculinity. Clinically, it presents as profound grief. This is a financial identity crisis. It occurs because men are disproportionately conditioned to link their core personal identity directly to their professional success. Because of this entanglement, an external market crash is internalized as a character flaw. He retreats into deep shame, actively hiding the mounting financial reality from those closest to him. A drop in the numbers fractures his identity. He begins to feel that if he isn't actively producing, he no longer deserves to occupy space, pushing him toward a total mental breakdown. Why does a sudden lack of economic production make a man feel completely invalid as a human being? The vulnerability starts early. It is a silent cultural conditioning that takes root the exact moment a young man receives his very first paycheck. To treat the crisis, we have to isolate the flawed internal metric that men use to measure the value of their own lives. Men carry a silent equation: net worth equals self-worth. This breadwinner trap forms a psychological cage, tipping the scale toward resources instead of the man. Believing his family only values these resources, he assumes if the provider dies, the man is no longer needed. At this stage, he is no longer working for joy, curiosity, or personal growth. He is working entirely to avoid the shame of inadequacy. A role originally designed to protect the family ultimately traps the man in a state of constant, low-level panic. Over time, the pressure to provide turns him into a utility object. He accepts the utility myth, the belief that his only function is to be a tool for others. He views himself as a machine converting time and stress rigidly into currency. Introducing inputs like hobbies and passions to his inner life fails. They do not yield a financial return. The machine simply rejects his personality. When a man fully accepts the utility myth, he hollows out his own mental health. He becomes nothing more than a wallet. External wealth does not cure this condition. Even outwardly successful men live with the exact same pathology. They suffer from status anxiety. They carry a chronic, waking fear that the lifestyle they have built is actually a fragile house of cards. This anxiety dictates their spending. They compulsively upgrade the car, the house, and the watch to signal to themselves and to the world that they are still winning. Beneath those upgrades lies pure terror. They fear being one bad quarter away from being exposed as a failure. Without separating identity from wealth, financial success is an exhausting race with no finish line, driven entirely by the fear of becoming invisible. The intervention for this crisis requires the difficult work of decoupling your value from your utility. This is an abrasive journey. It requires dismantling a lifetime of deeply ingrained cultural programming that tells you your worth is entirely economic. You have to recognize that you are a human being who happens to provide. You are not a provider who happens to be human. Shifting that identity is the only reliable way to achieve psychological security that can actually survive economic turbulence. The target end state is developing a self-worth that is entirely market-proof. Your intrinsic human value is completely independent of your salary. It is separate from your assets and untouched by your debts. The people who truly love you are not looking at your bank statement. They desire your actual, authentic presence. Surviving a financial crisis means accepting a profound truth. Your ultimate value to your loved ones lies simply in being you.